Hey YouTube, haven't made a video in a while. If you're watching this video, it's probably for one or two reasons. You like to hear a stupid redneck talk about stuff he don't know much about, or you're in the market to buy a Remington RM380. I'm going to give you an honest opinion of this 380 after my rant of the day. I bought this gun at a store called Rural King. Now, if you go to their website, rkguns.com, it'll be well worth your while to sign up for their newsletter, because they'll put out a gun of the week sale or a gun of the month. They'll send you a couple of emails. They'll ship to any FFL, and their sale prices on guns are hard to beat, I ain't gonna lie. At the time of this video, this one was $169. MSRP on this is around $400. That's ridiculous. You can find it for mid twos, high twos all day long. But $169, that's a steal. Now, if you do not live near a Rural King store, you in fact may not be a redneck. My rant of the day is the Rural King store. This store is huge. It carries everything from tractors to lawnmowers to clothing to horse supplies, animal supplies, you name it, they got it. And it's not a bad store. But what they do have is a popcorn machine right when you walk through the door. So everybody in there's got their hand in a bag of popcorn, shoveling it in their face as fast as they can, standing in front of everything you want to look at. I was in there one day, big guy, full bore redneck, super redneck, overweight to the max, pair of overalls, flannel shirt, full redneck uniform. He had his hand that would barely fit in a bag of popcorn, shoved in a bag of popcorn, pulled it out, shoved about half a cubic meter of popcorn in his fat face. Alright, he's standing in front of a display of Under Armour jackets. These jackets are probably $150 jackets. He reaches down to one that ain't a third of the size to fit over his giant body and rubs his greasy hand up and down the arm of it, leaving a stain from elbow to shoulder. Now, I started to tell his wife and his sister, she was standing right there, to get him out of the store. But I moved on. He just ruined a $150 jacket for somebody that might actually fit, that wanted to buy it. But that's enough. That's my rant of the day. But if you don't listen to anything else I say, rkguns.com. It'll be worth your while to sign up for it just to see some of the deals they'll put out. And they'll ship them anywhere. Back to the Remington RM380. Now, if you're in the market for one of these, and that's the reason you're watching this video, I'm sure you've watched other videos, and I have too. And here's what breaks me down about these so-called gun experts. First thing you're going to hear them complain about when they talk about the RM380, and this one is safe, is the trigger pull. Sorry about my camera work. The long double action, hammer fired, long double action trigger pull. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a long, heavy trigger, probably 9 pounds, maybe more. It's smooth. And then they're going to talk about the sights. They're not very much there. Okay, I get you. You're right. Long trigger pull, low sights. That's exactly what you want in a gun like this. If you will think about the intended purpose of the firearm before you start criticizing its features, you might not look like such an idiot. The long, heavy trigger pull is part of the safety. You know I will not carry a gun with an external safety. Who would? I'll tell you who would. An idiot. But that's part of the safety. The sights, they're low for a reason. This is a gun to conceal, deep concealment. This is a get-off-me gun. This is not a 3-gun competition gun. The people reviewing these things need to figure out what they're talking about before they start talking. Make sure your brain is engaged before engaging your mouth. I don't know, but people I thought knew a lot about guns just really disappointed me with their review of this RM380. This gun was not designed for competition shooting, for long range target, plank. You know, it's just, think about what it is, people. It's a get off me gun. And if you're using this gun the way it's designed, God forbid, you ain't gonna care about the sights or the trigger pull. You're not gonna care about none of that. You're not even going to use the sights, and the trigger pull won't even cross your mind, I promise you. But back to the gun. It's an alloy frame, steel slide, ambidextrous mag release, which is nice. If you're left-handed, they got you covered. It has removable grips. It has front checkering cut into the frame. It's a little heavier. You know I like my LCP. If you've watched any of my other videos, polymer frame, steel slide, but 50 rounds through this thing and you're going to be reaching for a bottle of ibuprofen. That's all it is to it. You can shoot this Remington all day long. I put 150 rounds of this pot of gold through it, and it's not a pot of gold because of its color. It's a pot of gold because of the price of this stuff. $380 is ridiculous, but that it is what it is. Before I carry this gun, I'll put another 150 rounds through it. But so far, it's been 100% reliable. 100%, not a malfunction one. Another thing you'll hear other people complain about is it comes in a cardboard box. I don't care if it comes in a paper bag with some french fries in the bottom of it. I'm not buying the gun for the packaging. I have a stack of gun boxes in my basement, and I ain't never used any of them for nothing. They're useless, take up space. They're only good if you buy it or sell it. I don't care what kind of box it comes in. I don't care if it comes wrapped up in a paper towel. It does come with 2 mags. However, that's a good thing and a bad thing, and I'll explain what I mean. It comes with 1 mag, it's flush. It comes with another mag, it's got an extension on it for your pinky. I don't need my pinky on a gun. I don't have a bionic pinky. I want this thing to conceal. I don't need that. I don't want that. I wish they would have gave me another flat base plate to put on it. And if you buy one of these guns and you do like that, I will trade you my pinky mag for your flat base mag, and I'll pay the shipping. Just let me know. I never used this mag when I was shooting it. When I shoot a gun, a new gun, I'll shoot it 5 rounds at a time to make sure everything functions, slide locks back and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you something. I'm not a very good shot. I'll be the first to admit it. This is my, and I apologize for my camera work. This is my target from about 8 yards. This is 5 shots, 2 holes about 1.5 inches apart. That's amazing for me because I'm not the greatest shot in the world, and this was the first time I'd ever shot this gun. I shot 150 rounds, 5 at a time, and all my rounds have been in the 7 ring, but this was one of my best targets. But I'm impressed with that. Bad trigger? Okay. No sights? Okay. 5 rounds in 1.5 inch group? That's extremely okay. So I don't have a problem with that. Another thing people will complain about is this takedown pin. You line up the hole, there's the pin, you push it out, there's really nothing holding it in, it'll just fall out pretty easy. And they'll say, well, there's a chance that could fall out. No, there's no chance that's going to fall out. It's never happened to anybody, and it won't. I don't know why people just look for something to gripe about. Like I said, I'm no giant fan of Remington, but if they make a winner, I'm going to call it what it is. And as of now, I'm calling it a winner. I do like my LCP. You know that, if you've watched any of my other videos. But this may take its place. This one's a whole lot less punishing on your hand. I can hit a lot better with it. I bought a cheap carbon fiber Kydex inside the waistband holster off eBay. Like I said, I haven't carried it yet. I'm not going to until I get my rounds through it. I know people that'll buy a gun, take it out of the box, and are carrying a gun right now that they've never shot. The ignorance of people never ceases to amaze me. I'm not only shooting it to prove the gun, I'm shooting it to prove myself with the gun. There's only one gun that I might trust out of the box without shooting it, and that'd be a Glock. But even that, I still need to shoot it to see how I'm hitting with it. I've bought new guns before and shot consistently 9 inches to the left or right and had to drift the sights. You're not going to do that with this. These sights, what little sights there is fixed. But keep in mind the intention of the firearm before you start reviewing it. This is a get off me, emergency, deep concealment firearm. And for that, I think it's perfect. I am hoping that it'll shoot another 100 rounds, 200 rounds reliably, and I have no reason to think it won't. I'll go buy me a couple of boxes of hollow points that I'm going to carry and shoot one full box through it. Just because a firearm, any firearm, will shoot brand A, it may not shoot brand B. So you need to make sure it's going to shoot what you're going to carry in it. Anything man-made can fail. That's a lesson you should learn pretty early in life. If a man made it, it can fail. So take it for what it's worth. Review it for what its intention is, and use it the way it was intended to be used. That's all I can say. I like my Ruger, but this Remington might take its place, and I'm confident that it will, because it shows no signs of failing. I've cleaned it after I shot it. I enjoy it. If you're in the market for one, I don't think you'll be disappointed, unless you're looking to buy one of these to shoot, 100-yard, 8-inch targets or 3-gun competition. And like I said, if you would rather have the finger groove, I'll trade you, and I'll pay the shipping, because I don't want the finger groove. That's just me, though. That's nothing to do with the gun. But I wish, if they're going to give you 2 magazines, give you 2 of the same magazines. That's all I'm saying. But it's still better than the one that you're going to get with this. But anyway, that's about all I got to say. And that's about all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching.